Alright everybody, I was going to do a little video on how I sharpen my Simmons Broadheads, and some guys have been asking me, and I always refer them to my buddy Chris Spike's video where he has a jig and he makes them scalpel sharp, but I don't have a jig, and I can sharpen them to where they're plenty sharp enough for me. May not be for you, but they are for me, and it only takes me a minute. I mean, it don't take no time. And I got one here. You can see it's dull, and I'm just going to show you what I do. Ain't much to talk about, but I will say these Simmons heads. I shoot all kind of broadheads, but these Simmons heads, I really love them. I've shot them for years, and when I shoot really low poundage or maybe bows that are like string fall and not a lot of performance in them, you know, they don't shoot as hard as a reflex deflex. For some reason in my mind, I would go to the much narrower broadhead for penetration. But this past year, I killed a few deer and a pig with stone points, and a bow that doesn't shoot fast at all. It has opened my eyes to realize that you don't need all that. I mean, a good sharp two-blade head like this, it's 1 9/16 wide. It'll get the job done. It'll shoot through most anything. Especially my bow I'm shooting now, my Tracy White, the one he made for me, my persimmon bow. It shoots very hard. This arrow's weighing I think around 590 grains, and that bow is 48 pounds. It's plenty, and I hope I'll show you that this year. All right, so let's. I got a few tools here. Let me get them out, and I'll show you what I use. Alrighty, I got this butcher steel right here. It's I bought this from a guy I used to work with. He had worked at a meat processing place, and you know that was a tool for his job every day. And anyway, I bought this from him. I think I gave $40 for it. It's a high quality steel, and that's been I've had it for, I don't know, 10-15 years. And then I got this little steel here. This steel here has a coarse side to it. Let me go back, start over again. And this steel here is a little finer. I got this from Three Rivers. I think it's called, it's wrote on it right there, a jewel stick. And it's not that big. You can put this in your pack here. But I also have, and this is kind of fine, I have a little fold-up deal I bought somewhere, maybe Bass Pro. And it'll fit in your pack, and it's rougher. So if you were to shoot, miss, and stuck your broadhead in the dirt, you'd use this rough one here, and then top it off with this fine one. But this rough one would be plenty good enough to make you ready to hunt. But I can carry both of these in my pack. But I usually just carry an AccuSharp and to touch up a broadhead with in the field. Because if I have, you know, more in my quiver that are sharp, and if I have to use that one, I've did a whole lot of shooting, but it's sharp enough to work for me. I get back home, this is what I usually use. So I'll put the camera, I'll point it down here so you can see what I do. And there's not a whole lot to talk about. I will tell you what I'm doing. And this I mean, some of you guys may not agree with how I do this, but it works. And so, I mean, a jig is better, but I can take like a few minutes and sharpen up a head plenty sharp enough. I'll show you. All right, basically what I do, I usually, if I'm not around anything, I would stick this in something to steady it up so it'd be good and steady. It's got like a little pointy end. I'll stick it in something and hold it so it'll work. But I grab this head like this with my finger behind it, and I use this finger kind of as a guide, and I pull down, and I'll get like I'm trying to slice something. Let me get where you can see, like I'm trying to just slice something right here. And if you have it turned up too much, you ruin it. You can't sharpen it. But yeah, I'll just lay it over, get a good angle. You can look at the angle on the blade, match it up, and I just give it some swipes there. I keep the same angle. It takes some practice to be able to do this. Till I create a burr on this side. And I got a slight burr right there now. I got that burr there now. Then I turn it over and have it even a slighter angle. It's like I'm trying to whittle a thin piece of wood off of a stick. Real easy. There you have it. That's how I sharpen a Simmons head. You do both sides. That's the way. You see how long that took, and it's sharp. You saw the hairs roll off. And I assure you, that'll kill a deer or a hog, whatever you're after. So, see y'all on the next one.